Cheers, everybody. This one, it's not so much a rant, about chemtrails and, things I see outside, which are anomalies buzzing around us and what have you. This is more to do with your mind's eye. It's a very strange thing, your mind's eye. You touch on it when you are a child, but you don't realise what you're experiencing. And things change because you get into the system. And the system controls you. And it doesn't want you to, be in connection with your mind's eye. And I got to say, I've been fighting against some of the things I see, because I think it's all to do with what people were saying, I lost the plot, I'm going crazy. So I've just been fighting it all the time. But every time I close my eyes, I seem to go into different dimensions. I feel as though I'm being pulled constantly. And it's, unbalanced. I feel as though when I'm standing looking at something, I'm actually, I just feel as though something's moving us and what have you. And I've come to the conclusion that it's the energy around which, there's, certain religious teachings or certain cultures say it's all to do with the energy of the world and the universe and things like that. And I actually feel it, Some days seem to be stronger than the others, and other days I know it's there, but it's not pulling us or knocking us off balance and what have you. And I've been tested for everything, I've been tested for, drugs, AIDS, syphilis, I've had my brain scanned, I've had my eyes tested and what have you, because they're saying that while I was saying I've seen things. And my point is if you start to see colours in a more of a vivid way, no matter how old you are, right? Charles Bonnet said his basically his take on people who have hallucinations. It could be down to feel and eyesight, and it can actually happen as you get older, or whatever age, but usually in the later years that you can have hallucinations. I've researched everything possible to do with psychosis, hallucinations, or whatever, through age, feel and eyesight, possibly alcohol abuse, smoking cigarettes and what have you. And if you do research on, I think it's how the French say it, Charles Bonnier, he came to the conclusion that his grandfather or his father-in-law wasn't mad, but he was having full-blown hallucinations, but he was very lucid when he was explaining it, and he put it down to feel and eyesight. Temporal lobe hallucinations because of his feel and eyesight. Well, I'm seeing colours in such a vivid way where I think you would just naturally dismiss it because you've been programmed very young age not to, enhance your natural abilities. And I'm seeing things, and when I close my eyes, or when my eyes are open, but when I close my eyes, I seem to go through vortexes and gateways, and let's get into the science fiction thing, and I go down into geometric tunnels, and they turn into all sorts of different things. But when I go through these tunnels, or these geometric vortexes, which open up into wherever, or they close down and open up and go on, I always end up to the source, a light source, a magnificent light source, which is absolutely spectacular, which is basically, I think that's where we all come from, a light source. But when we're ready to go there, you just go, and you're there. You're all part of the whole thing, But you have a choice if you want to go back to source. And I think everybody has a choice. But I believe now people are starting to experience things. The senses are starting to be more alive. They're starting to have visuals, and they're starting to smell things differently, hear things differently, see things differently. I see I see a water lily. It's white and gold, and it's beautiful. But I see also other things which are beautiful too. And I've got to say, I've really got to say, this is the positive thing, what I've got to say. It's not a negative thing, It's making us realise that we're not just fixed in this human form of transport, that we are actually light and energy, which I've said in other videos. But when you start to see colours and certain things, and yet, no, I don't hear voices, and no, I don't hear voices saying, do this or do that or whatever, but what I'm getting is colours, and I'm picking things up on my phone, Anyway, I'm going to invest in 2 Digiscopes, which are highly powerful, so I can really zoom in on these things, these anomalies I'm seeing. I'm just getting that just there. Believe me, it's not alcohol made me go like that. Something pulled me over. It could be just the energy, or energies floating around us, pushing into us and whatever, because I've experienced that also. But I feel I have accelerated time, or time stops for a second. I watch the clouds, I sun gaze and things like that, and it's like the clouds are moving and they'll just stop, then move. I feel things in my chest. I feel things all around us, which I don't know why it's all happening now, but to me it's not a negative thing. It's a very confusing thing, and actually the feelings and sensations I get are actually quite unpleasant, because it seems so raw, and it seems to be me trying to deal with it and control the sensations I feel. But when I visually see things, and like I say, I'm looking at the sun because I sun gaze, or I'm just looking in the sky and I see an anomaly floating past, the clouds are just moving on quite happily, and then all of a sudden they'll just stop. And if I hold my breath, and this sounds really crazy, they'll stay and I won't move. But as soon as I exhale, I start moving. It just, you know, I poo-pooed matrices and things like that, but I just really think that we are starting to open up to everything what is actually going on around us. But if that's what you're experiencing, it seems as though it's like frightening and magical, or just like, you know, just completely disturbing. But we all need to come together. We all need to to learn off one another so we can get some answers. Because I don't believe if you're having psychosis or whatever, what they're saying I'm having, right? But you don't hear voices. I believe this is just a way of a higher energy trying to communicate with you without completely freaking you out. Because if I heard voices, I think I would just I've got to say, I would just jump off a cliff or jump off a bridge. But I'm not hearing voices. I've got a spirit guide, and the only voice I actually hear is when I'm so frightened and so upset about things, is calm down. Just calm down. You know? So that's not a bad thing. And my spirit guide, I know. My spirit guide is spirit guide. I knew him because I used to know him a long time ago. But nothing like do this or do that, or, you know, you should be doing this or you should be thinking this or whatever. And I get so upset because of what's going on around us and what I'm feeling, what my sensations. I mean, my whole hands just tingle. People say when I say put your hands in between my hands, right? They say it's like pins and needles, or they say it's like two magnets opposing each other, or they say it's very, very hot. I say, right, touch my hands, and my hands are freezing cold. But anyway, I'll leave it for now.